Hello everyone. Today I will tell you about how we lived 2 million years ago. Enjoy watching. A long time ago, from 2 to 4 million years ago, an amazing people lived on Earth who became the ancestors of modern man. These ancient people were not like us today, but their lives were full of events and interesting finds. Let's try to imagine how they led their life and how they existed in their world. Ancient people lived in different places on our planet, in forests, on plains, and even in the mountains. They did not have permanent homes as they often moved in search of food. For shelter, they used what they found around. If there was a cave nearby, they could settle in it. If not, they built huts from branches, leaves, and simple materials available in nature. Their dwellings were very simple, but they protected from bad weather and wild animals. The main occupations of ancient people were hunting and gathering. They were hunter-gatherers, which meant that they tried to use everything that nature gave them. Ancient people collected fruits, roots, nuts, and any other edible plants that grew in forests and fields. It was important for them to know which plants were edible and which were poisonous. This knowledge was passed down from generation to generation. When people looked for food, they paid attention to what animals lived in the area. They hunted mammoths, deer, wild pigs, and small animals. For this, they made simple tools, sharp stones that could be used as knives, and spears made from long sticks with pointed ends. These tools were vital because, with their help, they could get food and protect themselves from predators. One of the most important discoveries for ancient people was fire. It was difficult to light it, but the ability to use fire changed their lives. Fire provided warmth, allowed them to cook food, and protected them from wild animals. Thanks to cooking, food became tastier and easier to digest. Ancient people sitting around a fire could share stories, talk about their money, and discuss where to look for food. With the help of fire, they could also light their shelters in the dark. This helped make life more comfortable and safe. In addition, fire protected from the cold, which was especially important in harsh climates. Ancient people lived in tribes that consisted of small groups, usually from 20 to 50 people. This was very important for survival, because together they could hunt, gather food, and take care of each other easier. Each group had its own structure. The older members of the tribe, as a rule, made important decisions, since they had more experience. Communication between ancient people was not like ours. They used gestures, facial expressions, and simple sounds to convey their thoughts. With the development of language, they began to use simple words for communication. For example, they could shout when they found food to call others. Over time, this interaction helped them develop their skills, hunting and gathering food more reliably. Children in the tribe played with each other and learned from adults. Ancient people understood that it was important to pass on knowledge to the next generation. They taught children how to hunt, gather food, recognize plants, and many other skills necessary for survival. Play was also important for children. They learned through play, and this developed their coordination and dexterity. Although it is difficult to know about the religious views of ancient people, over time they seem to have begun to attach importance to things related to nature. Ancient people may have believed in spirits who were responsible for rain, sun, or animals. They could create simple drawings on the walls of caves, depicting hunting scenes or plants. These drawings can serve as an example of how ancient people expressed their feelings and aspirations. Art helped to unite tribes and may have had a deep meaning in their lives. We can only guess at how ancient people lived, but their world was full of challenges and discoveries. Despite the lack of modern conveniences, they found ways to survive, support each other, and adapt to their environment. Their ability to find food, use fire, communicate, and learn was the foundation of their lives. Millions of years later, their legacy lives on in us because we are all part of this amazing human